you know that there are organisms so tiny that we cannot see them? These organisms are called microorganisms or microbes because they are so minute that they are not visible to our naked eye. We can see them only with the help of a powerful microscope. The study of microorganisms is called microbiology. Today, we will look at three types of microorganisms: virus, bacteria and protozoa. Let us start with virus. Viruses are very simple in structure. They have genetic material enclosed in a protein coat. Some viruses are rod-shaped, while some others have a head and a tail. They cannot prepare food on their own, and they live in plant cells, animal cells, bacterial cells, air and water. Let us look at the second type of microorganisms called bacteria. In bacteria, the genetic material and cytoplasm are enclosed in a thick cell wall. They have delicate filament-like structure called flagella. The number of flagella varies from one to many. They may be present at one end of the body, that is the cell, or at two ends or all over the body. Bacteria are in different shapes. They may be rod, spherical, that is round, or spiral shaped. They exist either independently or in groups. Bacteria live in air, water, soil, plants, animals and humans. They can live at the lowest temperature, that is 0 degrees centigrade, or at the highest temperature, 80 degrees centigrade, as well as in the deep oceans. They depend on both living and dead plants and animals for their food. The third type are protozoans, which are single-celled microorganisms. They consist of nucleus and can live in water, soil and bodies of animals and humans. They have special structures called pseudopodia, cilia and flagella, which act as their feet. Chlorophyll is absent in protozoans and they depend on other organisms for their food. Amoeba, euglena and paramecium are examples of protozoa. Useful microbes. Microbes play an important role in the preparation of food. Lactic acid bacteria turns milk into curd. Curd has good nutritious value. Cheese is also created by adding such microbes to milk. Microbes also ferment dough required to prepare bread, idli, dosa, etc. Do you know that some vitamins that are essential for human beings are also prepared by microbes? Yes, that is true. Microbes are quite useful to all of us. Rhizobium bacteria present in root nodules of leguminous plants fixes atmospheric nitrogen. In other words, it changes atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and makes it available to the plant, because plants cannot take atmospheric nitrogen directly. These bacteria are also called nitrogen fixing bacteria. Some microorganisms help in the preparation of biofertilizer or compost. In towns and cities, hundreds of tons of biological waste is produced every day. This waste is changed into manure using microbes. Microorganisms decay different substances, and in this process of decaying, they produce a combustible gas which is used for cooking, street lights, and for running motor vehicles. This is called biogas. Just like some microbes are useful to us, some microbes are also harmful to us. They spoil food materials, cause diseases in plants, animals, and human beings. These microbes are called disease-causing microorganisms because they spread disease from one person to another, either by direct contact or via air, water, food, insects, and animals. Different viruses cause different diseases in plants, animals, and humans as shown in the tabular form. Diseases caused by viruses. In plants, in coconut, root wilt; in orange, tristeza or mosaic; groundnut, root rot; in chili, little leaf disease. In animals, among chicken, bird flu; among cattle, foot and mouth disease and measles; in rinderpest or sheep, blue tongue; in humans, smallpox, polio, AIDS, flu fever, swine flu, chikungunya, rubella, mumps, and conjunctivitis. Different bacteria cause different diseases in plants, animals, and humans as shown in the tabular form. Diseases caused by bacteria. In plants, in paddy, blight; in citrus, canker; in chili, leaf spot disease; and in cabbage, black rot. In animals, among cattle, mastitis cholera; among sheep, anthrax; and hemorrhagic septicemia and enteritis. Among humans, typhoid, diphtheria, whooping cough, tuberculosis, leprosy, and tetanus are caused by bacteria. HIV is a microorganism. H, that is human; I, immunodeficiency; and V, that is virus. This virus enters and destroys the white blood corpuscles or WBC in the human blood. White blood corpuscles are responsible for the immunity or disease resistance in our body. When HIV destroys these WBC, the immunity decreases and all kinds of diseases can invade the body. This stage is called AIDS or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. This disease is frightening the world today because it infects people of all ages. Most of the people infected by HIV are in the age group of 15 to 29 years. With this, we conclude our study of the topic microbes. I hope you had a lot of fun learning all these interesting facts.